When we talk about PEMDAS, we think of do parentheses first, exponents, multiply, divide, add, and then subtract. But it should be really be P, E, M, D, A, S in this manner, I think, because you can't really choose multiply over divide just because it comes before D in this PEMDAS acronym. And same thing with A and S. You can't just choose A just because it's before the S in the PEMDAS. So what this basically means is that between M and D, it is not your call to see which one you have to do first. Matter of fact, it's chosen for you in the question. You can't just pick and choose M over D or D over M. So then how do we know which one to do first? So let's look at an example here. Let's say you have a 10 minus 2 divided by 2 multiplied by 2, right? So in this case, people think that, oh, just because you have parentheses, let's do 2 times 2 first. That's not the case. Why? Because 2 is all by itself in the parentheses. So because it's all by itself, these parentheses are basically useless. So what you could do is rewrite it as 10 minus 2 divided by 2 times 2, like that. So now, between divide and multiply, you have to do whichever is first in the question, not in the PEMDAS acronym. So in the PEMDAS, multiply comes before divide. That doesn't mean you have to do multiply before divide. Matter of fact, you can't. They'll be wrong. So what you have to do is whichever is first between divide and multiply in the question, you have to do that first. In this case, divide is first before multiply. So you have to do divide first. So the 10, leave it alone. The minus 2 divided by 2 will give you a 1. Then you multiply by 2 at the end. You bring it down basically. And now between multiply and subtract, you have to do multiply first. So then leave the 10 alone, leave the minus alone. 1 times 2 gives you a 2. And now you can subtract at the very end, and that'll give you 8. And so 8 is your answer.